The story of Ruth is a beautiful and powerful narrative in the Bible that explores themes of love, loyalty, and redemption. Here's a detailed explanation. The story. The story of Ruth takes place during the time of the judges in Israel, a period marked by chaos and disobedience. The main character, Naomi, is an Israelite woman who, along with her husband Elimelech and their two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, moves to Moab due to a famine in their homeland. Tragedy strikes when Elimelech dies, leaving Naomi alone with her two sons. The sons then marry Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. When Naomi hears that the famine in Israel has ended, she decides to return to her homeland. She encourages her daughters-in-law to stay in Moab and remarry, but Ruth refuses to leave Naomi's side. Ruth's famous declaration of loyalty is one of the most poignant moments in the Bible. "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God." Ruth 1:16. The relationship between Ruth and Naomi. Ruth's loyalty and love for Naomi are central to the story. Despite the challenges they face as widows and foreigners, Ruth works hard to provide for Naomi, gleaning in the fields to gather leftover grain. This act of provision and care demonstrates Ruth's commitment to Naomi and her willingness to work hard to support her. The redemption. The story takes a significant turn when Ruth meets Boaz, a wealthy relative of Elimelech who owns land in Bethlehem. Boaz is kind to Ruth and allows her to continue gleaning in his fields. Eventually, Naomi encourages Ruth to approach Boaz and ask him to act as a kinsman redeemer, a role that involves marrying a widow to preserve the family line and property. Boaz is willing to fulfill this role, but informs Ruth that there is a closer relative who has the right of redemption. After resolving the issue with the closer relative, Boaz marries Ruth and they have a son named Obed, who becomes the grandfather of King David. Themes and significance. The story of Ruth is rich in themes and significance. 1. Loyalty and love. Ruth's devotion to Naomi and her willingness to integrate into a new culture demonstrate the power of love and loyalty. Inclusion. The narrative shows God's inclusion of foreigners and outsiders in his plan, emphasizing that his love and redemption are available to all people. 4. Faithfulness. The story demonstrates the faithfulness of God and the characters, particularly Ruth and Boaz, who trust in God's providence and act with kindness and loyalty. The story of Ruth is a beautiful example of how God's love and redemption can work through ordinary people and circumstances, bringing hope and transformation